This is how I met my demise. This is how I died. Within every new face, every new adventure, every new corner, there's danger lurking, waiting to pounce like shadows to a tree. This is of course just a teensy-weensy detail about the majority of the brutal and fun mess known as Project Zomboid. Before I go any further, I'm gonna tell you this. This is a positive review. What? No way. Yeah, that's right. I know I said before that I wasn't a big fan or lover of Project Zomboid, but after giving it some honest time and real energy, putting my all into it, I can finally say that I, Tristan Thomas, am a fan of this open world survival horror game. Originally, I planned on shitting all over the game due to some complications that clearly I needed to work through. After spending much needed time sitting down and actually experiencing the game, I can't hate it. I can't even say it's awful. It's one of the best RPGs I've ever played, if not the greatest. With some light customization, an endless list of mods made by the community, and the most dangerous threat in a game I've faced thus far, the zombies. Keep in mind, Zomboid isn't a game for the average player. I was super overwhelmed when first getting into it, and I was put off for a while just because I wasn't having fun with it. But now, I feel it inside me like blood screaming in my head to say good things about this fucking game, so I guess let me dive into it. Before each game, you get to choose a profession or customize your traits to your liking. You then choose a starting location, and from there, you're on your own. Be Sister Cisco. Alright, we're gonna be Skinflint Toe Crabs. You can loot the environment in almost every container for some useful items like food, health, cloth, tools, weapons, keys, clothes, etc. I said etc, but I meant etc with a T, so we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. That's basically it, really. You do this over and over again, build up a house or base of your choosing and style, and then survive as long as you can. The dynamic that surrounds the player in Zomboid is the idea that you're fucked no matter what you do. No matter where you go, you'll end up being hunted by endless zombies. This particular mechanic had ruined my first experiences with the game, but as I stated, spending more time playing it has taught me more about survival than I ever knew. My name is Walter Hartwell White. You are invading my property, bitch. Guns are rare alongside ammunition, and they're strongly discouraged. One gunshot is enough to send every walking flesh sack straight to your position from within a few miles. Makes sense, and I kinda like the melee combat anyways. Ugh. Except for that shit, sometimes you end up swinging at zombies and it'll just go right through them and they'll get a free hit on you. Good thing I'm already infected, you fucking dumb zombie. Reading books can also help increase your XP levels, and most of them teach you new crafting recipes. I've never crafted anything personally in Zomboid, to be honest, and that's because, embarrassingly enough, I have no clue how to do that. I never really cared to learn. It's probably important, but this game is just so massive it's hard to focus on the areas that matter like that. Remember what I said though, this game is not easy. If you're looking for an open world RPG with lots of loot and lots of zombies, you've absolutely come to the right place. But you need to prepare yourself for the worst case scenario often, otherwise you're never going to enjoy this game. There's no special infected as far as I know, just the same slow walking undead that can sometimes come out of nowhere to surprise a player with a jump scare noise. The fuck? Where'd she come from? Okay, now I gotta pummel her to death. If they see you enter a house, they'll bang on the doors and windows until they break through. This can add some distance between you and a larger group of infected and give you the chance to defend yourself in the process. Honestly, it's such a breath of fresh air for me to say good things about this game. I literally felt more worried than a deer staring at an oncoming 18-wheeler. The difficulty was my biggest gripe for the longest time, and it wasn't until the other day when I realized, hey, it's okay for a game to be difficult. It can still be enjoyable to a lot of people, myself included. For the first time since downloading this game, I survived past 2 days. But now that I've collected the rhythm required for survival, I don't doubt that I can train myself to make it even further. Your character's stats must be monitored at all times, with thirst and food deprivation becoming a huge hassle in the beginning of the game. I'd highly recommend finding a fridge and searching it sporadically until you find a block of cheese to eat or something. You can use sinks and other water sources for a limited amount of time to fill any container capable of holding the liquids. As time goes on though, the water will turn off, leaving you without a constant supply. They thought of so many great things that I don't think any other developers have, not in recent years. Mods have changed my fucking life, and thanks to this really cool one that I found called Superb Survivors, I was able to find some NPCs out in the world who assisted me and helped relieve a lot of stress. It doesn't stop there. You can go directly into your companion's inventory, give them weapons, food, healing items, you can shoot the shit with them, you can change their clothes, you can strip them naked, I guess. Okay, what if I wanted her to put new clothes on? I feel so stupid now. Oh, give clothes. Hold on, Lynn. There, Jesus Christ, okay. Either way, it's such a breeze of warm summer air to experience the game with this amount of leniency. Granted, the game is still very difficult, and combat is best avoided at all costs, especially if you're outnumbered. I got cocky a few times and ended up taking a nasty bite due to my ignorance. Your guard must always be high. While I was nervous and spent so much time struggling over whether or not I wanted to review this game, I kept letting the negative energy eat away at me. I needed a break. I started to do some research, gathered my thoughts, and went back into it with a fresh mind, new rules, new mods, and a new approach. I was not only able to find a few decent firearms, but a fucking exoskeleton. Jesus Christ, I'm rolling over these zombies now. The world feels so open, but where there's a wide terrain of emptiness, there's a horde of the undead waiting patiently nearby to sneak attack you, so you might want to watch your back. The only real complaints I can make now, however, are pretty minuscule. The difficulty alone is harder than schist, but you can't really judge anything by that. And no, I didn't mispronounce that. Schist is a type of mineral. Did you know that gneiss is also a name for another mineral? Man, that's some nice schist. I'm zoning out, but sometimes it is okay to do so in Zomboid. Relaxation is encouraged when you have downtime, and you can even work out to help strengthen your glutes for when you need to constantly run away from danger. Speaking of danger, what about the vehicular controls? They're a little wonky in the same way that a drunk driver might say he's feeling a little silly. It's hard to turn a corner with the stiffness of the keyboard, and the cars won't go very fast at all when in the grass. Makes sense. I mean, I'm not exactly expecting to take off at 600 miles per hour. And no, cars don't keep you protected either. You'd be better off stepping out and limping to safety than trying to drive from house to house and embarrassingly crashing into a street pole or a tree. Ah! Yeah, kinda like that, dumb fuck. And one other small complaint I have. The zombie population. You can customize the zombie amount to your liking, but I almost feel like there's never a balance. I've set the zombies to the lowest possible option in the menu, even tried typing it in the other options menu manually, but the game still feels the need to fill this void of wasteland with walkers at almost every single fucking corner. Remember what I said earlier about having your guard up? I also don't like how quickly certain weapons degrade. I repaired a nail gun to full working capacity only to have it jam on me every other magazine. Unless I'm doing something wrong, I just wish they altered the item/tool condition a little better. Something hit me when I started having fun in this game. It was kind of like when the Grinch heard Whoville sing together for the last time.
Help me! I'm feeling...
I kept embracing the little touches and the actual tension of each situation I found myself in. I mean, every time an enemy gets a hit off of you, you instantly panic. Even in the safety of a barricaded room with closed curtains and doors, you get a certain sense of danger at all times. Understandably so. The game's impressive sound design will have you peek over your shoulder a couple of times. Sometimes it can be way too quiet, and you just know something bad is coming soon. The other night, I discovered a school and opened a janitor's closet packed tight with 12 infected. Regrettably, I didn't have it recorded. It was a nightmare, but it was cool. It adds some open thought behind the game's lore. There isn't any base quest or storyline in Project Zomboid, unfortunately. If you have mods, you can complete different NPC-oriented tasks, but I've never gotten the fucking thing to work. I would find it pretty cool if they introduced a dramatic storyline, maybe told in the style of a comic book, much like its own artwork. All sorts of memorable characters, maybe a group of bad people, just some crazy cool shit. I'm not saying it has to happen. I like Zomboid how it is. I just think it would be a neat option. It's no wonder this game has overwhelmingly positive reviews, and it's no surprise that a fan base has grown so large inside of it. I imagine other players will be pleased to know that I didn't give up, and I fought like hell to earn a spot in the rights of speaking good in Project Zomboid's name. Sure, it can frustrate the fuck out of me with its difficulty, and the gameplay can sometimes get tedious. I say sometimes because there's just so much to do in the game. But the fact remains the same. I'm happy I spent $20 on it. It's criminally insane to go into it with absolutely no guidance, but once you get the hang of it, that criminal insanity slowly turns into rational insanity. Then you start having fun. Sure, you're gonna get surrounded eventually, and you may have to say goodbye to a friend or two, but it's epic moments like this that make me want to play and find my way out, fighting for whatever little life I have left. Oh, shit. Oh, let's go. We all need to leave. We all need to go right now. Order. Follow. Oh, no! Oh, fuck, Lynn's dead. I got way too cocky. I got way too confident in myself. I should have never come out here. No other game has made me feel this way. Brian and I are going to continue playing more of this game, mostly because I'm having a blast building up characters every now and again, but also because I'd like to devote a mini-series on a playlist dedicated to screwing around and surviving in the game. With Brian by my side, you know we'll have some fun. Well, closing thoughts? I guess I can only hope that you guys take it easy on me now that you've heard about my experience. I will admit, the base vanilla game is way too hard for an inexperienced caveman like me, so I often resort to mods and games that support them. Not only do they enhance the game, they just feel so well done half the time, and it's a growing community of creators who want to help us, the players. Those guys are the OGs. I'm willing to accept criticism for using mods, but I just think they make the game way more fun. Project Zomboid is yet another gem that I was lucky to have bought years ago, but unlucky enough at the time to never understand the crushing difficulty that made it impossible to get behind. Through hard work and determination, like a real survivor, you can pull through. Never stop moving, never stop fighting, never stop in general. You keep going every day until you can't anymore, and I promise you'll be living it up with 2 mamacitas in your crib from MTV, sitting in the darkness, pacing back and forth. It's all worth it if you grind it out, no matter in what way. I hope you're all having as fantastic of a time with Zomboid as I am, and I hope you're all enjoying the content so far. We've gotten a few more people who discovered the channel, and I gotta say, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for giving me the time and energy that you probably could have spent doing something much more productive. Why don't you go play Zomboid? That's a great idea. It's a fun game, it's very fucking hard, but once you get the hang of it, you'll get the rhythm, you'll understand it, and you will survive. As always, this is redfox Delta signing off. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to our channel, and thanks for checking out this video. Leave a like, comment, and since we're on the subject, enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching the content, folks.